Let's talk about the difference between sticky elements and elements that's based on screen. Sticky elements allow you to stick any element on your layout and make everything else scrolls beneath or above it. For example, with this text, all we have to do is to click this icon and your text will become sticky and everything else will scroll beneath it. Let's make one more. So let's create another piece of text and let's select the typeface and size and let's place it somewhere here. By the way, if the UI panel gets in the way of your design, you can simply drag it on top of the screen just like that. So imagine we have another piece of text here and we also want to stick it to the screen, to the layout. Then we can hit sticky and it seems to work fine, but there is one problem with it. If you shrink your window, it will disappear because everything that sticks on your layout sticks based from the top of your screen. So if your screen becomes smaller, then it disappears, or if your screen becomes a bit longer, then it loses its position. So there is a good aid for that in control. Instead of making it sticky, you can base your element on the screen. To do that, you should right click the position input and select base on screen, and now you can select the part of the screen which you want this element to align to. For example, in our case, you want to align it to bottom, so now it sticks. But also if you change the size of your window, it will always be sticked to the bottom of the viewport that you have, no matter how long or wide or narrow your window is. Pretty useful feature. You can also select center or top wherever you want. Another small bit here is with sticky you can also always easily unstick your element. For example, I want it to be sticky like here, and at this moment I want to unstick it and let it scroll. You can't unstick an element that's based on a screen, but there is another trick that you can use. You can use keyframes for that. To do that, you should select the moment where you want your text to disappear. For example, this one. Create a keyframe by right-clicking on the input, on the position input, and then scroll a bit down. Create another keyframe and hide your element just like that. Now when you scroll, your element will be hidden when you want it to be hidden. Basically, fixed element, like sticky elements, is easy way to fix your element on a screen, but it will be measured always from the top. And if you want more custom settings and ability to stick it relative to the bottom or the center of the screen, I recommend you to use base on screen feature by right clicking on the input button and on the input field. And also you can always stick it back to the layout. I guess in our case we have to clear the keyframes, and now we can base it back on the layout.